don't look now, but the comparisons between Luka and LeBron James are starting to write themselves. And nowhere has that been apparent more than in the Mavs and Lakers epic matchups this season. From a statistical point of view, Doncic actually averaging more points, rebounds, and assists this year than the King was in the second year in the league. So, do we dare say it, Greeny? Is Luka better year two than LeBron in his second year?
I'm just looking at my buddy. I'm not saying it under any circumstances. Is it a reasonable thing to say? The numbers are what the numbers are.
I'll say it. He is having a better second season than LeBron James.
Thank you. Common sense out here.
I will come out and say this, that Luka Doncic has been more impressive in his second season than LeBron James was.
See, here's the problem I have with that. I'm not disagreeing with that as a premise. But the next piece of that is that suggests he's on a trajectory to being better than LeBron. I will take LeBron's past over Luka's future for sure.
Well, but this is the issue with this. LeBron James, we often talk about, is the most hyped individual in history to ever live up to the hype. Right? And Luka's got to do the same thing. We can't start doing these comparisons and say, all right, young fella, we'll go live up to this hype of what your talent is.
The original for me is always better than the duplicate. And that's LeBron James. Your favorite artist, the album you like the most is their first. The same with movies. Try to have all of these sequels. The first one is the best. LeBron James came straight out of high school and put up those kind of numbers.
So did Luka.
Luka played 4 or 5 years of professional basketball, Richard Jefferson.
All right, let me chime in. Let me solve this riddle.
Go.
I know people, they think it's blasphemy when you put a certain name in the same sentence as a guy like LeBron James. In this context, now, in his second year, it's an absolutely fair discussion, and I think Luka is having a better second year. Here's why it's more impressive to me. Number one, where he has this roster in the Western Conference, they're a game and a half out of 3 in a top-heavy, loaded West. I looked it up because I was just curious. The Cavs that year, 42-40 with a really weak roster.
Yeah.
But the third best team in the East that year was Chicago. Their 2 leading scorers were Kirk Hinrich and Eddie Curry. Right? That was the third best team in the Eastern Conference. Look at what Luka is doing in a top-heavy West, and he's doing it with skill. LeBron was still overwhelming you physically at that stage because he hadn't added that polish. Luka, what he does with his passing, shooting, playmaking, the way he controls the game.
You guys are going to do something. You're going to make me do a deep dive into this.
There we go. Deep dive.
Because the game is so different than it was 15 years ago. All the numbers are inflated now based upon the way they're shooting, the shots they're taking. I mean, he's got Kristaps Porzingis, who's 7 for 3, shooting shots from mid-court for crying out loud.
His team is better. His team is far better. But this is what I'll say. When you go and look at how they score, right, he's shooting the same percentage. He's shooting a better percentage from 2 than LeBron James shot from 2. So that means, like, he is a better finisher technically. Now, you can't hit guys. You can't do some of the same things. But the fact that there is a big gap between how they finish in the paint. This is Luka versus LeBron, and he's got a better percentage than LeBron does.
See, you're looking at 17-year do-rag LeBron. I played against double headband LeBron, and he was a problem.
We played against double headband.
Correct, and you know he was a problem. Driving to the basket.
They're both problems.
And I can't wait to see the headlines on this where Richard Jefferson and Tim Legler said Luka Doncic is a better player than LeBron James. That's where people run with it. We're talking about in year 2. I think this year is better than LeBron's year 2. Obviously, he's got a lot to do to ever be in that discussion in terms of his career. Let's see what the next decade holds.
Marcus has been trying to get in on this the whole
Come
time.
on,
Swagoo.
We don't. So why you coming in here? I want to give one example.
We don't come in here and talk about defensive lineman stuff.
He's upset. He's upset.
And the way you guys cover football, we're going to look up in 10 years. And we're going to put Kirk Cousins' numbers up to Troy Aikman, and he's going to have more passing yards. He's going to have more touchdowns. He's going to have all that stuff. Because the rules have changed. The same with the NBA. Luka and LeBron James.
First of all, Jalen, people been trying to get this old King James the greatest out the way for the longest.
You sitting relaxed.
That's number one.
You
all
school
right,
these guys. Show your versatility.
Because I've been around Jalen Rose. I've been around Rich Jeff, Jay Will. All these got legs. I listen to you too. Y'all know I love the NBA. Here's the deal. We cannot compare Luka and LeBron, if we always gonna say, well, it was hand checking when Jordan was playing, and the trend before that, the game was tougher. I think it's harder to say. It's just like for us in football, right? We get now in college because of RPO, we get 4,000-yard passes all over the place, and you like, yo, this dude is a really good quarterback. So it's a great comparison. I totally understand what y'all saying. Here's what I will say, which is blasphemous because I love LeBron James. Y'all know my affinity. Luka is more skilled.
Oh,
like he is a far more skilled basketball player.
Final word.
Listen, Rick Carlisle said before the season there's not a single player in the NBA that he would trade Luka Doncic for. People laughed at him. What do you think now?
If I had to take
agree with him.
one player for this next decade, I'm taking Luka, not even Giannis.
Over
Giannis.
I completely agree.
For the next 10 years.
Luka Doncic is going to define the NBA for the next 10 years. Completely agree.
I said it.
He's
he
dead
can
right.
hit 3 to end the game.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.